Hello everyone, this is Matthew and welcome to another video, and today we are going to be doing the King review of Days Gone with the new ranking system of the grades. And let's just get straight into it. So we've got the gameplay. The gameplay is really good. Third person, it's kind of suited for this game because you can see around where all the zombies are, as you can see here. You can like turn around, you can see a little bit behind you, you can see where they're going to grab you. When you do get hit by them, they don't drag you into the horde and pull you in and kill you straight away, which I love. And the thing I also love is the rolling. That is amazing, and you can roll. You could roll into the horde and still make it in alive, which, you know, it's kind of good because you're not dead when you get trapped. You can, if you're good enough, you can like roll out, and that's very good. And the way that it slows down time instead of stopping when you go to craft, that I like that better. So then you can have a chance to look at what you have, see what's going on. It's not too OP. You can still get hit. I got grabbed by one of the big zombies there, but it's still pretty good. And the guns are really good. You know, they feel nice to use. Some people might think that it's not accurate enough for them, but I really like it. And you know, you just aim it and you shoot down the sight and you get headshots. Headshots are nice to get. And the skills are actually surprisingly good. It's not just 10% extra damage with shotguns, 20% extra damage with shotguns, 30%. No, it's not that trash. It's actually useful things like ability to grapple kill zombies after you jump off a grapple. You know, things like that, actually useful. And look, see that rolling? Amazing! Trying to get out of that. And taking down the hordes is so fun. And these hordes are spaced around the map. Once you get far enough in the game, it'll tell you where the hordes are. And it, you know, they've all got their own wee areas, and it's just, everything just makes sense in the game. There's no loopholes. Well, not that I've came across so far, but I did play it a couple weeks ago, so my knowledge of the game might be a little bit on the big oof side. And I need to try and do this in like 6 minutes because apparently I don't have enough gameplay to use for this entire King review, so I need to really be fast. And now we're going to be moving on to area designs, which are good. The area designs are good, so like for the ambush camps and the encampments and stuff like that, the area designs are good. Some of them have been built specifically. Some of them you can tell the basic idea is used and copy and pasted across all of them. So the ambush camps and marauder camps and all those, I think the same idea was used and it was copy and pasted. It was a good idea, but it wasn't, you know, it's not good anymore if it's used for all of them. So that's kind of letting me down. But the stealth missions, I loved those. I loved those. They were not, it's not like a game where it's stinky and somehow they can see you in a bush and you're like, come on! You know, there's areas all set out for this. They really spent time trying to get those stealth missions right, and I really enjoyed the stealth missions. But I think that storyline itself of the trying to help O'Brien, I think that dragged on a little bit. So that's another point of dragging on the story. So the story was dragged on a lot more than it should have been. So I think maybe just chopping down a few of those storylines would have been good here and there, maybe in the first half or in the first 3 quarters. You could say, just chop out a few missions. Especially those investigating missions. I think they got a little bit boring after a while because you're not actually using your brain. You're just going into a circle, holding square on an area for an hour, and bam, that's you gone. If there was a little bit more puzzle and you actually had to do some big brain detective work, that would be amazing. But I think they just threw in too many of those. It's an okay thing, but it's an okay mission. But I don't want to have 50 of those if I'm not actually doing anything. I'd rather be shooting someone in the face. And also the focus ability, where when you click R3 you can see items and see enemies and stuff. I think that was a nice wee feature. It's not too good, you know. You're not going to be using it every 20 minutes, but it's good for like getting the perfect shot on enemies. It's good for if you have one of the skills you can buy and see where zombies are in a nearby radius, and you can use that. And something else I like about the focus is that, you know, you can upgrade it as a skill with your stamina and health, which you find at outposts, which I think was good. You know, it's in an outpost, so it gives you a reason to go to the outpost. It's not just something like a skill, so it's kind of separate, you know, skill and then other types of skills. So I like that. And going back to the map designs, one of the map designs, which is the sawmill train station type area, best map design in the game, I'd say, because there's so many, it just makes sense. There's so many different things you can do in that small area, which is so good. Cut a rope that make logs and planks fall, jump through windows, shoot explosive barrels. The only horde that has that much interactive items in the area, I'm gonna call them, which I thought was big yummy, and I think that's a common trend for the main missions. They put a lot more effort in than in the side missions, but that's fair enough. But the side missions did let the game down a little bit because there was too many, and they were too similar. You didn't really know what was going on. And I like the interactions between the people. There was nothing where I was thinking, you know, this is a big oof. Jim wouldn't say that, the big patty. I'll use the boozer thing for example. He didn't want help from his brother. I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, I'm Big Jim. I'm better than you. I don't need help, you know, something like that. Thinking he's fine, or maybe he didn't want help. You know, it makes sense. That's something that I would think that happens in real life. There's nothing here that's thinking, oh, well, he's big dumb. Why would he do that? But it's still got those moments where people are big dumb. Iron Mike. So that's very good. And I like the way the story is split up into two halves. Top half of the map, bottom half of the map. Really brings in some tasty moments, but the story did drag on a little bit. And in terms of the bike, which is probably one of the main parts I should have been talking about, it's so amazing to drive. Like, do a handbrake turn, use your boost. All this amazingness, as you can see, I'm on the bike now. Use your boost. Yeah, you fall off quite a lot, but oh well. Now, the King review for this is an A. I give it a little bit high because it had some potential, but the graphics are amazing. Everything's amazing. There's not that many glitches. You know, 3 or 4 glitches I think I had in the entire time I was playing it. The guns are nice. Everything is nice. It just dragged on a little bit, and some parts were just a little bit repetitive. And yeah, that's been the King review. That's been Days Gone. Recommend playing it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. And cheerio, people.